VoIP. It is one of those acronyms that gets thrown around a lot in business, but rarely actually explained. So over the next few minutes, in plain English, we are going to cover how VoIP actually works under the hood. Let's go. Let us start with how calls used to work, because VoIP makes a lot more sense once you see what it replaced. The old telephone system was analog. When you spoke, your voice was turned into an electrical signal that traveled down a physical copper wire to the other phone, almost like a dedicated train running back and forth on a single track. VoIP does something similar, but on a different platform. The moment you speak, your device converts your voice into digital data, breaking it into packets of information. Think of them as little digital postcards. These postcards zip across the internet and then get reassembled at the other end so fast and so seamlessly that it just sounds like a normal continuous conversation. Which naturally raises the next question. Once your voice is digital, how does it actually find the person you're calling? It starts with you talking into something, and that something can be a desk phone or a headset or just an app on your laptop or smartphone. Your device converts your voice into those data packets we just talked about. From there, they travel over your regular internet. Now, everything I've described so far is really just a single VoIP phone, one line, making and taking calls. And that is fine for one person, but a business is not one person, which is exactly where a VoIP phone system comes in and where things get really powerful. A full phone system wraps a whole brain around those calls. There is the Cloud PBX, which is basically your switchboard living in software, intelligently routing every call across your team. There's the IVR, the menu that greets callers and points them in the right direction. There's the call queuing, which it politely holds and distributes calls when everyone is busy, so nobody gets that dreaded busy tone. And there is the CRM integration, so the second a call comes in, your customer's entire history pops up on screen and the notes log themselves automatically. But you're probably wondering, how does it actually save money? A traditional on-premise PBX is a serious upfront investment. You're buying physical hardware, servers, and professional installation, which for a mid-sized team can easily run into the tens of thousands of dollars, plus ongoing line and maintenance fees. VoIP flips that model. Instead of a giant upfront bill, you typically pay around $20–30 per user monthly with little or no hardware to buy and updates included. To put that in real terms, when picking VoIP over traditional landlines, businesses can save up to as much as 75% on communication costs. So, how do you know when your business should actually make that switch? There are three pretty clear signals. The first is your people. If your team has gone remote or hybrid, or you are simply growing, old phone lines chain you to a specific desk in a specific building, and that just does not fit how anyone works anymore. The second signal is your bill, especially if long distance or international calling is quietly bleeding you dry, or if adding a single new line means filling a support ticket and waiting 3 days. And the third is your tools. If your phone system refuses to talk to the rest of your software, so your team is constantly retyping notes and you have zero visibility into your own calls, that is a system actively holding you back. Now, how do you actually choose a good system without getting lost in a sea of sales pitches? Forget the flashy features list for a second and focus on the fundamentals. Ask about call quality and reliability first, because a cheap system that drops calls is not cheap. It is expensive. Look at how easy it is to set up and actually use day to day. Check if it integrates with the tools you already rely on, like your CRM. Make sure it can scale, so adding or removing people takes a click, not a contract renegotiation. And do not skip the boring but critical stuff. Security, compliance, real customer support, and pricing that does not hide surprises in the fine print. Nail those and you're in good shape. And this is the point where a platform like CloudTalk fits into the picture. CloudTalk is a cloud-based business phone system that handles everything we just walked through: the PBX, the IVR, the call queuing, and well over 100 integrations with the tools you already use. But because this is 2026, it adds the layer that the old phone companies never dreamed of, which is AI. CloudTalk's AI voice agents can handle routine calls entirely on their own, and its conversational intelligence can transcribe, summarize, and analyze your calls automatically. So you're not just swapping copper wires for the internet, you're getting a phone system that actually works for you instead of the other way around. And if you want proof that this actually works in the real world, take Bit2Me, one of the Europe's biggest crypto exchanges. They switched to a proper VoIP phone system with CloudTalk, and the results were dramatic. Missed calls dropped from 80% to 16%. Wait times fell from over 20 minutes to just 3. They finally had a phone system that works with them and not against them. If you want to see that in action for your own business, there's a link in the description down below to schedule a demo with CloudTalk, no credit card required. And if this finally made VoIP make sense for you, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe for more plain English guides to modern business tech. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.